Rescue operations will begin this morning after a Trigana airplane crash in Indonesia's eastern Papua province yesterday. The country's transport minister says eyewitnesses saw the plane go down in the remote mountainous area. The ministry later said local residents had found the wreckage. Officials are verifying that information. There's still no word whether any of the 54 people on board survived the crash.
Menurut informasi, pada malam hari ini pesawat Trigana Air yang hilang kontak sudah ditemukan di Camp 3 Distrik Okbape, Kabupaten Pegunungan Bintang. Informasi dari masyarakat menyatakan bahwa pesawat menabrak Gunung Tangok di Pegunungan Bintang. Detail terkait dengan ditemukannya pesawat masih dalam penelusuran.
The aircraft, an ATR-42 twin turboprop, left the regional capital Jayapura yesterday afternoon. It was headed to the town of Oksibil when it lost contact just after 3 o'clock in the afternoon local time. Officials suspect weather played a part as the crash area is known for unpredictable conditions.
For more on this, let's speak with Michael Boyd. He's president of aviation consultancy firm The Boyd Group International. Michael joins us from Denver, Colorado in the U.S. Michael, are you hopeful that there might be any survivors?
Well, of course, we're always hopeful. It doesn't always look good when you have a crash in the mountains, but yes, we're always hopeful until someone gets there.
And from what we know so far, there were thunderstorms in the area, but do we have any clear indication what might have caused the crash?
No, I don't think anyone knows until they get there and look at the debris field and make some determinations of what the airplane was doing. It could have been weather, it could have been mechanical, it could have been pilot error.
All right, give us an idea, Michael. How tough is it to fly in eastern Papua given the terrain and the unpredictable weather?
It's a very, very tough place to fly. It's like flying in mountainous areas in Alaska and in South Antarctica. It's a very difficult environment to fly in. And there aren't many alternatives when you lose an engine. So it's a place where air travel is important for communication, but it's also one where there's not much margin for error.
And would the age of the aircraft be affected, given records show that it's about 27 years old? What's your assessment?
It should not be a factor. I mean, an airplane could be, quote, old, unquote, 6 months out of the factory if it's not maintained properly. And when airplanes are overhauled, it's almost like rebuilding them. So the age doesn't concern me. What does is the history of this airline.
So speaking of the history of this airline, Trigana Air does have a checkered record. How is it that the airline is still operating despite having 14 previous incidents?
One would have to ask the Indonesian government why that airline is still flying. I mean, they even had one incident where an airplane was completely lost because they were maintaining it and the landing gear collapsed on the ground while they were working on it. That's not an airline I would give a lot of points for safety to.
And help me confirm this, Trigana Air is also one of a large number of airlines that's banned from operating in European airspace.
Yeah, that is a fact. The EU has banned them, and judging by their background, it's probably warranted. I mean, they have a few jet aircraft as well. They have some jet freighters. So it's not just smaller airplanes they operate. So there must be a major structural problem with that carrier, given their background.
Okay, and Michael, one quick question. Do you see a further tightening regulations to improve air safety in Indonesia after this incident?
Well, they should immediately do that. Now, the AirAsia incident a few months ago, that was a weather incident on a very fine airline. But in a case where you have 10, 12, 14, 19 different incidents over a short period of years, the Indonesian government may want to wake up and do something about that to protect its own citizens.